Hello folks, and welcome back to the Weekly Spark, your Friday roundup for e-ink and iPad news. It's the 28th of November, get comfortable and let's get cracking. The NarTick AI Calendar has been doing the rounds this week, and it's one of those gadgets that sounds gimmicky at first glance, but actually has a surprisingly focused idea behind it. Instead of giving you yet another app, NarTick takes the old desk calendar and rebuilds it as an e-ink device powered by AI, aiming to behave less like a static planner and more like a quiet, always there assistant that manages your day without dragging you back into your phone. It's got a 6-inch e-ink display with a 1024 by 758 resolution, a 3200 mAh battery, USB-C, Wi-Fi, capacitive touch, and it's even got temperature and humidity sensors built in. It's slim, lightweight, and comes with a compact metal stand to mount it on. The whole thing has that clean, matte look you expect from a modern e-ink gadget. Rounded edges, quiet design, something that would blend in whether it's on a desk, a kitchen counter, or a bedside table. But the interesting part is the software pitch. NarTick leans heavily on ChatGPT for natural language control. Instead of scrolling through menus or tapping tiny buttons, the idea is that you talk to it in the way that you talk to a real assistant. Schedule a meeting with Tom, remind me at 3, remind me to call Mum on Sunday at 8. It will then update your calendar automatically. It can also announce schedules via voice, giving you a morning briefing, pulling in weather and traffic to make travel suggestions. There's also proper calendar integration. Google, Apple, Outlook, CalDev, URL feeds, the lot. Add something once and it syncs everywhere. The e-ink display stays visible at all times, so you can glance at your day without waking the screen, and the battery should run for roughly 2 weeks. NarTick's whole argument is that the traditional calendar apps are fine at record and remind, but they aren't especially smart. They want something that reacts instantly, learns your patterns, and cuts down on screen time. Whether it delivers and all that is another matter, but as a concept, an AI assistant that uses e-ink instead of yet another bright display, it's definitely one of the more intriguing devices to surface this week. On the Apple side, the most useful change comes from iPadOS 26.2 public beta, which rolled out recently. And this is something that should never have disappeared in the first place: the return of drag and drop split view. If you use an iPad for proper work, maybe it's your main computing device like mine is, you'll know exactly why this matters. When Apple introduced the new windowing system in iPadOS 26, they removed the simple gesture that lets you just drag an icon up from the dock, or Spotlight indeed, and drop it to the side of the screen to create that split view. Suddenly, everything required extra taps, dragging and throwing windows to one side of the screen or the other. And for those of us whose muscle memory had got used to the way things were before, it was quite annoying. So the new public beta brings that gesture back. You can grab an icon just like you used to do, move it to one side of the display, and a clear visual indicator will appear showing that you're about to open a split view. Drop the app and the screen snaps into a tidy 2-app layout. No more faffing about with hidden controls, just the straightforward workflow iPad users have relied on for years. It's not a full resurrection of the old system, because iPadOS 26 still centers around its more Mac-like Windows environment, but this small addition makes multitasking feel far less clunky. Anyone on Apple's public beta program can use the restored split view gesture right now. That tells us that Apple is confident enough to put this change in front of everyday users. If you're someone who works primarily on an iPad, this update immediately makes the device feel more workable again. And honestly, it's the sort of practical course correction Apple should keep doing. Not huge features, just fixing the small things that slow people down. Wacom's Connected Ink event in Tokyo brought a surprisingly solid set of announcements from Pilot, the Japanese company behind many of the Wacom compatible pens used on devices like remarkable Kindle Scribe and various books tablets. They're releasing 3 new styluses next year, each aimed at solving slightly different workflow problems. The Grip Digital 2, the Digital Rotation, and the Dual Protocol pen. Now, the Grip Digital 2 is the most refined of the 3. It's designed for long handwriting sessions and uses Wacom's UD pen technology so that it should feel natural on any supported e-ink device. But what sets it apart is the grip. The soft plastic actually sinks to the shape of your fingers, which makes it the only stylus on the market with that sort of give built in. Pilot has also added a button beneath the gel layer and is releasing it in a new range of colours. The Pilot Digital Rotation is a different idea entirely. It's a hybrid that twists between digital stylus and a real ballpoint pen. It's even got a frictionless eraser on the top that will actually remove ink from paper. If you're the kind of person who switches between an e-ink tablet and a notebook constantly, well, this seems to be a clever way to cut down on the number of pens rolling around in your bag. And then there's the Pilot Dual Protocol pen, which isn't Wacom based at all. Instead, it's designed to work with both Microsoft Surface tablets and Chromebooks, 2 platforms that normally require completely different stylus technology. So if Pilot pulls this off reliably, this could end up being one of the more practical pens in their lineup, simply because it solves a compatibility problem most pen manufacturers don't bother with. So these 3 styluses are expected to be released sometime in 2026, and although they are very different products, they all point in the same direction. The pen world is finally starting to get a bit more flexible. Whether you use an e-ink, a laptop, or a mix of both, you might not be stuck buying a different pen for every device anymore. So that's your lot for this week. An AI calendar that might actually reduce screen time, iPad multitasking creeping closer to what we once had, and styluses trying to be all-rounders. If you've spotted any other e-ink or iPad stories I've missed, add it in the comments or email me directly at markfromthespark@gmail.com and I'll consider it for the next episode, which incidentally will be 2 weeks from today, not next week. I'm off on a little break. And what this means is that the next Weekly Spark episode will have 14 days of news to bring you. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss this roundup, and as always, if you'd like to support the channel, you can buy me a digital coffee, link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark from the Weekly Spark, and I'll see you in the next one.